Have another murder. This had taken place September 4th. So about 14 days ago, you had a guy named Joseph Trevor Dilger. So Joseph Trevor Dilger, he's a member of the Kentucky National Guard, so he's doing his patriotic duty, right, fighting for his country. He was found dead on Sunday, September 4th. His body was in a car that was set on fire at the intersection of Red Road and Elk Chester Road near the Fayette-Woodford County line. So this is around Lexington. And they've arrested several people. They arrested Justin Slone, a 23-year-old man tampering with physical evidence, abuse of a corpse. They did that on Thursday. Lexington Fire Department investigators also charged Mr. Slone with arson, the second degree arson for the same incident. So one guy's already being arrested, but then they arrested two other people, Jeremy Harris, 21, and Christie Hanley, 32. And so, it looks like the picture is a black man and a white woman, and he was arrested for murder. He's charged with murder, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. She was charged with tampering with physical evidence and abuse of a corpse. But are all three of these folks connected? Is it somebody else? You're innocent until proven guilty. But what is going on, Kentucky? What is going on? This is crazy. There's 4 million people, so I assume that every once in a while something will pop off here and there, but this is getting out of hand. This is all over the entire state of Kentucky. And we don't even know, right? We're supposed to trust these guys, but Lexington Fire Department, the fire chief, he killed that guy in Harlan County out in the middle of the woods, right? There's about 30 of them, and then they just killed that one guy, and we're just supposed to take their word on it. They also killed that one Jesse Gibbons in Richmond because he had a cat or something. He wanted to protect a kitten. He was mentally ill, and he got into an argument with his mother. Mother calls the cops. He's running. He's taken off, and then they said he had a gun. He didn't have any gun whatsoever, but they shot about 100 times. You could actually check the video. The video's out there. So yeah, Dilger was shot to death. So there's a guy. Member of the Kentucky National Guard, Joseph Trevor Dilger, was shot to death, and then his body was in a car. They set the car on fire, and it was at the intersection of Red Road, Elk Chester Road, near the Fayette-Woodford County line. This is according to WKYT.com. Then you have both Harris and Hanley entered not guilty pleas during arraignment, and the pair will be back in court the morning of September 22nd behind bars on a $500,000 bond. Slone is expected to be arraigned Friday morning. So the one that they arrested first is going to be arraigned later on, but these two are going to be arraigned the day after. Alex Butler, a friend of Dilger, says the court really is going to have its own grieving process associated with it. Now the family is going to have to bury their son and relive that night listening to it in court. Usually it takes, I think, about a year or two, and then even after a year or two of grieving, then you never actually get over a death. It still hurts. I know people that I have lost, and it still hurts today. Ronnie Lee Smith. Ronnie Lee Smith, I believe, was a political prisoner, and he was, due to a sequence of events, was killed. He was killed by a number of people. And, mostly the jailers in Arizona who wouldn't give him his medicine, but also the war on drugs and the people that, he's a political prisoner. So he was charged with 3 felonies because he tried to save his cousin, who eventually turns on him, and his own sister turns on him. And so, yes, that hurts. That hurts. What was Ronnie Lee Smith's crime? He believed in the legalization of marijuana. That's why Ronnie Lee Smith got killed. That's why he got killed and got 3 felonies put on him. He's the last guy that got executed in the state of Kentucky. I forget his name, but Marker Chapman. Marker Chapman had slit the throats of 2 kids, so he murdered 2 children. But I think he only got charged with 1 felony, first-degree murder, or 2 counts of first-degree murder. But Ronnie Lee Smith got 3 felonies. He got 3 felonies because he believed in the legalization of marijuana, and how dare you think differently, right? He believed it cured cancer, and he even went to that cancer parade, and nobody gave a crap, right? Oh, no, we're not actually trying to cure cancer. We just want to feel good about ourselves. We don't believe in science or logic or reasoning. No, we just have faith that everything is going to be okay, and who gives a crap if the cancer is actually solved? Who cares if cancer has actually killed our grandparents and our mothers and fathers? Who cares? Ronnie Lee Smith cared. And that was his crime. He was a comedian. He cared. He ran for sheriff. He was in favor of the legalization of marijuana, and that was the reason. In order to get some publicity, he tried to go and save his cousin who was being held against her will that he had known, because that's what she told him. She was so appreciative for Ronnie to come get her. But it turns out she was suicidal. She actually did slit her wrist, and then she turns on Ronnie like it was nothing. Because that's, the divided snakes of embarrassment. They'll turn on you like a snake. And so, it still hurts. And so, R.I.P. to Mr. Dilger. Say the name out loud to, Joseph Trevor Dilger. Always remember the person's legacy and get some justice. Find out what happened. 3 people have been charged. Are these even the right people? Who knows? We don't even know if they're even the right people. So, I think you should look at the evidence and go through it. And if you trust the authorities, then, you don't really have to go to the court and watch all this stuff. I think that would, that would be reopening some wounds. So, again, R.I.P. Joseph Trevor Dilger. Say his name to the earth. He is still alive. Ryan Lee Smith, R.I.P. R.I.P. to everybody that has been killed so far in the state of Kentucky this year, which is we're seeing record amounts of homicides, and it's ridiculous. When you murder somebody, you're taking everything away from them. That's it. That's their chapter. That's the extent of their life, from 0 to, I don't know how old he was, but, let's say in his 20s or 30s. That's it. Average lifespan is 76, so he didn't even get to live half of his life, and now he's dead. Now he's dead. And murder has taken everything away from that person. Who he is and who he ever will be is gone. He has no more chance to be who he was going to be at all. And there is no God, so he's dead, completely dead. And that's going to hurt. He's not in a better place. Don't hurry up and get closure, because he's dead. And it's tragic, and it's very sad. So R.I.P. to Joseph Trevor Dilger, and, my thoughts are with his family and friends. But ultimately, my thoughts are with him. My thoughts are with Trevor Dilger, Joseph Trevor Dilger. So, not for sure why this happened or what were the circumstances that brought about this. But anyways, more homicides in Kentucky. And this is, let's say the arrest was on the 15th, so it was 3 days ago. 3 days ago, September 15th, 2016.